There were political issues. In 1955, Justice Cornelius, who was by then in this, it was called the Federal Court. In the following year, when the Constitution came, it became the Supreme Court in 1956. In the Federal Court, he was the lone voice which said that the dissolution of the Assembly, Constituent Assembly, by the Governor General was illegal. That judgment today is hailed as an outstanding rendition of justice, for the reason that the majority decided that the Sindh High Court did not have the jurisdiction to decide the matter. And therefore, there was no judgment of the Sindh High Court which could be assailed. It was an illegal judgment. The majority allowed technicality to avoid the truth. And when truth was avoided, justice was avoided. Today, one man's voice is celebrated in our circles. The rest of the men, although they include many distinguished jurists, the majority are not mentioned at all. This is the course of history, and this is the message to any judge who wants to stay on the right course. The course written for us, dictated to us, directed to us by none less than the Almighty through the Holy Quran. But that was not all about Justice Cornelius. He was a simple man. Today I'm informed that he stayed in one room for 40 years. He lived there simply. He had no assets when he retired, and from his pension, he paid the bills of this hotel. It was in this hotel where he lived. And I went and saw that room just now, a short while ago. But another beautiful thing about him, in 1968, he was to retire in May of 1968. But his colleague, Justice S.A. Rahman, who had worked with him for years in the Supreme Court, was to retire before then. So in order that Justice S.A. Rahman may become Chief Justice also, do you know what Justice Cornelius did? 2 months prior to his retirement, he resigned from office. He sacrificed. This was a man who had the capability to give and to share. These are the qualities which I submit respectfully judges must have if they have to do justice. I feel inspired by that gentleman because he wrote brilliant judgments also. I just mentioned you the 1955 judgment in the Tamizuddin case. Then there was this famous Doso case in 1958, which is the one that legitimized martial law for the first time in Pakistan. But an offshoot before the court in that case was whether fundamental rights that had been violated prior to the martial law and the cases were pending in the courts, whether those petitions would abate or continue to be enforced. The general tendency was that everything is closed. The Constitution is abrogated and a new legal order has started. But Justice Cornelius wouldn't believe it.